Hello, everyone. Today we'll briefly discuss the ongoing political crisis in South Korea. I'm joined by our manager, Raga Sudharoli, to discuss the ongoing crisis much further and to bring in her insights. So, this crisis began on December 3rd last year when President Yoon Suk-yeol declared martial law. He cited the need to combat pro-North Korea forces and to address election fraud. So, this martial law was actually overturned by the National Assembly, which voted overwhelmingly for his impeachment. Now, this impeachment suspended Yoon's authority and transferred the power to acting President Choi Sang-mok. Tensions have escalated since then, and we saw this particularly last week when investigators tried to arrest Yoon at his residence. They faced about a 6-hour standoff with his security detail who was blocking their access. So far, Yoon's legal team has contested the arrest warrants as unlawful. However, anti-graft investigators are awaiting a new court-ordered arrest warrant for impeached president. This follows an expiration of the initial warrant after 7 days yesterday. So the country's constitutional court is actually slated to begin Yoon's impeachment trial on January 14th, and a decision is expected within 180 days. If convicted, Yoon could face severe penalties, including imprisonment or the death penalty, and this will mark an unprecedented moment in South Korea's political history. So, Raga, I would like to bring you in here. What do you think is going to be the political and economic repercussions of what is happening here?
So, Mitma, the key thing that you mentioned here is that it's unprecedented. We have to remember that South Korea has been fairly a stable country and a beaming democracy in that part of the region. But an event like this is quite unbecoming of one of the leading democracies in that region. The political instability has repercussions economically as well as for businesses. When we look at one side of things, the Korean won has depreciated. The stock markets are seeing volatility right now, and major companies are beginning to reassess their 2025 plans amidst all of this political turmoil. The acting government has implemented measures to stabilize the financial market and also bolster foreign investment. But businesses in Seoul need to be vigilant and prepare for disruptions because there are a possibility of clashes, there's a possibility of things worsening down the lane because he's been quite particular about fighting back. He's in a lot of his messaging brought on supporters to kind of hold a standoff or a blockade around his residence to resist the attempts to arrest him. So it's just really important to remember that there is a volatile political environment right now. There's a possibility of clashes, spread of violence, and this has not been very good for businesses because there's issues with the won's depreciation and stock market fluctuations at this point of time. So businesses should review their contingency plans and monitor financial markets and stay informed about political developments.
Thank you, Raga, for those perspectives. So ultimately, it seems like the resolution of this crisis will lie with the country's constitutional court. This decision is likely to have lasting effects, like Raga mentioned. So I believe that the country's political stability and its democratic future will remain uncertain for the coming weeks. So, with that, I would like to conclude this short brief on South Korea. Thank you so much for joining.